Joining us tonight to break down the latest developments in the 2020 race is Ken Blackwell, the former Ohio Treasurer and Secretary of State and U.S. Ambassador to the United Nations. So, Ken, when we look at this latest development, I mean, it's one of the bigger ones that we've had for a while. A lot of people have been waiting to see who joins Joe Biden at the top of the ticket. What do you think about the move to put Kamala Harris up there?
Look, the radical left of the Democratic Party has consummated its takeover of the Biden campaign, and I think the Biden presidency, if he in fact would win. The only thing that stands between us and an expansion of the welfare state is a defeat of Joe Biden. And what they have done with Kamala Harris is crystallize the choice for the American voters. It is, do we expand a welfare state, or do we in fact create the opportunity society that President Trump has been building and only had interrupted by the pandemic, but we're getting ready to beat it back.
And when it comes to Kamala Harris, too, I think it's kind of interesting because, for example, a lot of people would look at her career as a prosecutor and say she actually isn't that progressive. I mean, in San Francisco, for example, she was kind of a hardline prosecutor, but then she got to the Senate. And I think that she has that cover a little bit because she's from the state of California. She can go a little bit more liberal because when you look at her voting record, it actually is one of the most liberal in the entire Senate. So I think that there's a little bit of a difference there between her actual record and her actual voting record. What does she bring on the ticket that could be favorable for the Biden campaign?
Well, one, she brings solidarity of purpose. Look, she has embraced the Green New Deal. She believes that our energy independence should collapse. She's embraced a single-payer healthcare system, which is in fact a march towards a socialist system. Kamala Harris again crystallizes the choice that we have before us. I think what she does is that what she brings to the Biden ticket is the promise of a long future if in fact they win. If you look at the actuarial tables, Joe is going to be a short bet to last for a full term. And she's 55 years old. If she plays by the script, uh, she in fact can be there for the long haul and affect what they want is a fundamental transformation of our country. Look, let me be clear. She is as malleable as Play-Doh. And so the reality about Play-Doh, you can make it into whatever you want to make it, but in the final analysis is Play-Doh. And in fact, in the final analysis, she is a radical big government social democrat.
And I think you bring up a good point, too, and it's the idea that a lot of her positions have shifted to what would ever expedite her career a little bit. And some people are saying that that type of accusation is sexist, but I would say that about almost all politicians. I mean, most politicians are looking for a new opportunity to climb the ladder, whatever it may be. Anybody who wants to be the vice president has aspirations of being the president as well. I don't think there's many kids out there that are dreaming about being the vice president. So when we talk about Kamala Harris, it's also a matter of that she is one of the individuals who the Democratic Party has wanted in power for a very long time. She was the favorable candidate going into the primary, but she didn't even make it to Iowa. So there is maybe a lack of cohesion between what the party leadership and the party voters actually want. So when it comes to Kamala Harris as well, what are some of her vulnerabilities that you expect to see exploited between now and November?
One is that because she's a chameleon-like candidate, there is going to be a track record that shows the contradictions in her history. She talks one way but votes another, and that means that we're going to be able to nail her for the radical leftist that she is. And if she tries to move away from that, since she's made a promise to Biden and the party leadership that she will carry out their manifesto that's described in 106 pages, what she will find is that she will be marginalized and she will disappoint a lot of folks. So look, she's in between a rock and a hard place, but she in this case is going to be a very useful addition to the ticket as far as President Trump is concerned, because now this moves away from a referendum on him to a choice between two futures for America, between Biden's ticket and the Trump ticket. And we're going to make the case that we want to continue along the path that makes America the most prosperous, the most robust constitutional republic in all of human history.
And I think the Biden campaign, too, thought that this was the safe pick. I thought they maybe looked at Karen Bass and Susan Rice and looked at maybe some of their past statements or Susan Rice's involvement in the inception of the Russia investigation and just thought, you know what, we're going to stay away from that. We're going to go with someone like Kamala Harris, who has been vetted, has been tested in the primary process, and hoping that she has better success in the general election as the VP as she did as the primary opponent to Joe Biden during that election. So I think that's something that they're going to keep an eye on, too. Ken Blackwell, I appreciate you coming on tonight and breaking down this latest development. Thank you.